Good morning.
Good morning.
It is a nice sunny day. We have the main part of the eggmobile all built. Now we need nesting boxes inside. So we like our rollaway nesting boxes, but we haven't found like the best rollaway nesting box yet. They're kind of all just like chintzy made. Today we're gonna start making our own rollaway nesting boxes. We got plywood here. We're gonna be making 2 of them, and they're gonna be 8 feet long, and they're gonna have 16 bins in each one. So we got quite a bit of plywood here. So let's get this all cut up, start making our own nesting boxes. We had a bunch of people asking us which book we were building the eggmobile out of. We were building it out of Joel Salatin's Polyface Designs book. I'll have it linked down below. We didn't go off of his plans 100%. We shrank down the size of it because we had a smaller trailer than what he uses. He builds his own trailer. We were able to find that hay wagon trailer, so we made it fit the hay wagon. The nesting boxes are not out of the book. This is something that we've been cruising the internet and finding different ones that have been made and going off of the ones we have. This is a design that we've tweaked and we made to our own liking too, so I'm gonna get it laid out and I'll show you what the sides are gonna look like.
We have just found that having the rollaway chicken boxes or nesting boxes have been the best because, I mean, they come out clean. They're so nice. The chickens lay them, they roll to the front. It just makes everything easier, simpler, and the chickens don't know any different at all.
I'm trying to maximize layout on a sheet of plywood so we can get the most material out of one sheet. Okay, so that's gonna be 13 by 19 overall. So that would be like this. Okay, so then from there we'll come down 11 inches. All right, so we have our basic layout of the dividers we're gonna have inside. We're gonna go 14.5 inches high, so this line's gonna be up a little bit higher because we're gonna want our floor to have a 7.5 degree pitch. That's what our rollaway nesting boxes are right now, and they roll away nicely. So we're gonna come up 14.5 inches, and then the rise on the back here is 2.5 inches up from the bottom, and then we come out for the rollaway like storage part, we come out 7 inches. So we'll have like a little platform here of 7 inches to jump up onto the nesting box and then to get in. Depending on what size birds you have, you could always make this taller. We have the red stars and our Americanas. They fit perfectly into the nesting boxes we have right now. And by doing 14.5 inches high, we can rip out 3 of them out of each piece of plywood, like this length, and then going 19 inches deep, we can rip out 5 per row, so we can get 15 dividers out of each sheet, and we need 35 of them. So we need 2.5 sheets worth of dividers to make 16 holes. No, it's gonna be 32 holes worth of nesting boxes. In the future, we plan on having about 100 egg layers in the eggmobile. So we wanna make sure we build enough egg boxes right now to fit the chicks we plan on having in the future, so that way we don't gotta go back and rebuild stuff. While we're doing it right now, it's gonna be a lot easier just to knock everything out all at once. So we have this Craig jig that we've had since we started building this house. We're gonna put this in the saw and we're gonna use it for ripping our sheets down to 14.5 inches.
Looks like you've been being a dust mop, sir.
All right, 1 down. We're gonna do 5 more for now. We'll rip 4 floors at 19 inches wide now. All right, so that gives us 2 9.5-inch strips left over. I hate running full sheets of plywood through a table saw, so that Craig jig works perfectly. It's so much safer. I can't cut all the way through the plywood, but I'm going to cut what I can. Or I can just do that.
There you go. That works.
That works too. All right, now that we got those all cut to width, we got to cut the cutout for the front and the angles in them now. So that is an 8-degree angle. Let's see what we can do here. That'll be the best way to do it. And then we'll have to cut out this line and this line after. All right, now that we got all of our angles cut on every one, I'm trying to figure out the best way to cut them down and over. I think what I'm going to try doing is the chop saw. If I can cut it and stop, and then cut this way and stop, then just finish it up with the jigsaw. That's what I'm thinking right now, so let's give it a try. I like using the chop saw because it gives it the cleanest cut, and I don't got to worry about any jagged edges.
Done.
Look at the mess you made. All right, we need to start assembling our nesting boxes. The end ones we're not going to attach right now because I'm going to try to make our end boards all in one piece, so I'll have to make those after. So the 2 end pieces we have right here, this one and that one, is just to hold the bottom of our nesting box while we're assembling it. Okay, pick your end up, go that way. Keep going. Okay. You're good right there. All right, that is, we'll call that the top. So let's put the top on this one, and then we'll make one more like this for the bottom. All right, so that'll be the top row. All right, I'll set this down for now. All right, now we can flip this over. It feels like we're still in mud season here. We've been having a lot of rain, it seems like. The grass is growing good, but we haven't had the heat we need to really get it to grow fast. So that means we still got to feed hay. So let's get a hay bale out because the Highland cattle are hungry this morning. And I'm hoping that we get some sun soon. This week, it looks like it's going to be raining pretty much on and off all throughout the week. Hopefully, next week we get some good heat. I am seeing some upper 70s next week, so that will be nice, and it'll really get this grass growing, and I'm sure the cows will love not having to eat dry hay.
Coming? Oh, wow. Where's your friends? You want another one? You gotta wait. You gotta wait your turn. My nose is so gentle. You're a gentle boy. Yeah. This one, he's not so gentle. You got a new fresh bale. Go get it.
Well, I'm glad they're enjoying their hay. Miles and Country, their horns are growing pretty nice too. It'll be interesting to see what shape their horns have and how nice they look once they're full grown.
Oh, here comes Reba. Oh, half and half team out.
I need a pocket hole screw here, and I should have done that before I glued this up, but I didn't. So we're doing it with our pocket hole clamp. It'd be easier if I would have done it before, so on the next one I gotta remember to do this step before. We have just enough room. So while I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pocket hole jig the next 7. So that way it's already done when we go and put the next one together. The cool thing about this design is it's modular. If you only need 1 row of 4, that's all you need to do. If you want 1 row of 8, you could do that. If you want a double decker of 4, you can make this into a double decker of 4. Whatever you need, you can customize this design to fit your needs for how many chicks you have or for the size of your chicken coop. So that's the cool part about it, is it's modular and you can make it fit your needs.
My chicken hatcher.
They raised with kids, so you'll be crazy.
Look at their feathers already coming out.
So now we need to get the angle back on. So our top nesting boxes will roll. So that's why I'm putting this 2x4 here. Nice. Like I said, these things are modular. I just changed my mind. I cut them down to 7 feet long instead of 8 feet, so that way they'll fit symmetrically in the 𝑸𝑚𝑎𝑖𝑙. I would have been off because the man door and the chicken coop doors, or the chicken doors. So yeah, I just decided we're gonna cut them to 7 feet. We're gonna go on the 2 end walls and it'll look prettier inside. I just went out there, was doing some measuring, I'm like, oh, it's not gonna look the same. That's gonna drive me bonkers. So I cut it down to 7 feet instead of 8. So instead of having 32 nest boxes, we're gonna have 28. It's kind of a bummer that I did that, but at the same time, it's gonna look prettier inside. And I know the chickens don't care, but I do.
How far are we going here?
So you gotta kick your, keep going, you wanna be flushed up, yep.
I wasn't sure if we're flushing on this side or that side.
Keep it up above for a minute. All right, set yours down. Now we got to make our end caps. So we'll cut the first one and figure it out.
Oh, you're like so close to the other screw, I thought you were gonna get it.
Oh, I am. Look at that. All right, now that we got that all screwed up, let's flop it back. And we can figure out these pieces. If we go 3.5, a little over 3.5. Keep it flushed up to the top of these more than anything. So now we need our covers to go on and open up. So I'm a little chicken.
You don't look like a little chicken. Boop. Oh wow, we might need like a little cushion.
Yeah, that one broke.
It did?
Yep, we might need a little padding right here. That's interesting because that's the same slope as the one we have out in the.
Well, it broke, so we don't want that to happen.
No. So I'll have to get put like a little bit of a AstroTurf or something up against here. Okay, so that's basically 0. That's 8 degrees.
That's crazy, because when I looked it up, it's like 12 to 18, isn't it?
Yep, and the one out there is either 7.5 or to 8. So it's right what we have out there, 7.9, 8.
Well, they're probably not going to lay their eggs way back like you had it.
Yeah, I don't know. But we'll just have to put something here. That's all we need is something, a bumper here. Let's try one, see how it goes. So we got a thin 1-inch wide strip. We're gonna put our hinges on, and then we got our door. That will put the hinge on, and then this will hinge up. All right, let's get this piece glued down. I'm getting low on glue. We're gonna have to fill it up.
I mean, just the bottle is. You have plenty of glue.
We do. All right, let's get our first one test fitted and see how it works with the hinges. So I have 4 hinges per. So we could go like 1, 2.
What are you doing, huh?
I like that. Get in there, get your eggs out. And the chickens can jump up here, perch to get in, go in, lay their eggs, and they're hidden. Go. Just gotta do that same thing to the next one, and then we can get them in the new Eggmobile.
You didn't want to share that egg with Forrest, huh? He's not sharing with you, huh? No.
All right, I'm gonna make some noise. One's in. Put a few more screws in it and we'll be good. So we have it spaced 18 inches off the ground. I got a nailer, if you look back here, 18 inches, the bottom of it's sitting on that. And then it's screwed to the 2x4s in the center and then on the top as well. One more. This one we're not going to be using right now, so I'm going to get like a painter's cloth or something and just cover over it. But once we have enough chickens, so once we have 100 chickens in the Eggmobile, we're going to need the other nesting box. But we don't need to let them use it right now because we just be checking all these nesting boxes. So we'll just let them use this one for now. These came out really nice. We saved a ton of money. I have to go in the house right now and figure out how much money we spent on material and then figure out what it would cost for 28 whole nesting boxes to fit in here. But yeah, I feel good about this project. I just sat down and figured it out. We have just under $250 into those nesting boxes. And that would have been if we would have made 32 whole nesting boxes. We made 28 holes of nesting boxes, but it would have been the same if we did 32. So pricing it out, if we would have bought 3 10-hole, whoa. I don't like that. That's a little wasp. Whew, right in my ear. Sorry about that. Thunder and lightning too. I really don't like the wasp. Okay, back to what I was saying. If we would have bought 3 10-hole rollaway nesting boxes, on the cheap side, you're spending $200 on a rollaway, up to $350 or $360. So anywhere from $600 to almost $1,000. We saved ourselves anywhere from $350 to $600. So I feel good about that project, and those are definitely modular. So if you only need, say, 4 nest boxes, you can make it yourself pretty easily. You wouldn't have to do the second decker, so it'd be a lot quicker and easier. But yeah, I am excited for that. I like that design that we came up with. Works good. I gotta run out and get a little bumper pad because I don't know why the eggs broke on that. That's the same exact degree angle that we already use, so I'm not sure, but we'll get a little bit of cushion so when it rolls down, it's not just hitting the hard plywood. I hope this video is helpful for you guys. If you're gonna be building some nesting boxes, I think this is pretty simple. A few tools you'll need, but not too many. So thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. We'll see you guys right back here in the next video. Bye.